Hey guys, welcome to CoMA Pirate Radio, where we as esoteric pirates slide our boats together, throw the ropes, tie the knots, and talk about the maps. It does get tiring pressing record and feeling like you have to speak so quickly. I remember quizzes in school, and the second there was any kind of time put to it, which is interesting that came up, I would go completely blank. I wouldn't know anything. Like, I'd know everything until they pushed the time. Go. Test is started. And then my brain would literally go blank. Now, time is definitely connected with Saturn. And Saturn is whom we're going to talk about. This energy of this planet, when felt, I found at this stage must be felt as feminine to be more understood. This planet typically was considered masculine. I mean, Aquarius is an air masculine sign. Capricorn is androgynous for sure. So, you know. But it can have a little bit of masculine traits to it. The pushy, the go-getter. I can feel that. But with Saturn being the harbinger of death, capital D, that's what connects it to time. Time doesn't exist without death. Really think about that. This planet has boundaries, which is the boundary is the end of the line is death, which is typically why we think of death as the end. But it's not the end. Obviously, we now all know that it is just the beginning of the new. But it is a boundary. It is a point that we pass through. A change. This planet holds restrictions and responsibility. This is why, and punctuality. This is why this planet in the solar party paradigm became or introduced herself as the party planner. Now, it's interesting because when we think of the end of the party, it's like, well, why would you need that? That's why you need the planner, because there's a new party that needs to be planned when the old one is over. this energy, this light frequency and vibration that has coalesced, that has formed into a sphere in the heavens as a heavenly body, holds the energy that, like when Saturn returns, very much like your Saturn return. When Saturn returns, you can very much think of Saturn as being very connected to Anubis. And we will paint the picture of this planet. And the solar party paradigm gives us the ability to remember. I was never able to, I know I have to be very close because of the rain, I apologize. It's getting harder and harder to hear. But the solar party paradigm cards, working with them, gave me the ability to be able to remember all this stuff. Where is Saturn? I wouldn't have been able to tell you that in the past. But now I know that I know everything that she went through. She's sitting at the bar in conjunction with Neptune, the bartender. She's been there for a while now. They went through a major transformation going into retrograde, Aries, and then Pisces, and then Aries, and then Pisces. They're back in Pisces. That was intense. That shifting back and forth. So we've got a conjunction. All right, you pull this card, and I like to look at the numbers too. Like, numerology really started making sense to me when I started putting these cards together, and I was like, oh my God, okay, that makes sense. 360? That makes a lot of sense. I mean, I don't know about you, but it makes a lot of sense to me. This is the connection. You can't feel one without the other. Saturn and Neptune, the bartender, you know, are sharing the same energy. Now, when we look at these two cards together and we match all of the words, okay, we've got punctual and idealistic, structured and creative, disciplined and spiritual, responsible and understanding. I mean, I'm just going from this card to this card with these words. Holding boundaries and the dreamer. Conservative and psychic. Defensive and inspirational. That's a lot right there to paint that picture, to feel that energy, these two heavenly bodies together. The party planner sitting at the bar. They're in retrograde, and they both are in Pisces. Now we can see, you know, we got that sign going on. And then we add all of these words. Selfless, introspective, compassionate, introverted, secretive, hypersensitive and intuitive. So can you feel them at the bar? Like, they're in deep thought about the next party. Speaking in light language, blue skinned or blue dress, however you want to paint the picture. Let your brain play and paint. Fins, you know, fishy faces. Speaking in light language, or speaking in tongues is what we used to call it back in the day. Now, they are rewriting the script for the new world. I feel that very deeply. And these cards were downloaded. They told me to make these cards for you. So it's the only reason I'm doing this, you know. I mean, pressing record can be difficult when there's rain in the background and I don't want to mess with my hair and my horse is dirty and I don't know what to say. I just don't want to press record. I've been doing a lot of shorts lately. I've been enjoying the shorts. They've been fun. But the point is, I'm doing this for you guys. Check out the website, please. And if you're here still, hit that thumbs up, comment, like, subscribe, all the stuff, right? It helps. The YouTube algorithm is crazy. But we have these aliens that, yeah, aliens. Did she say aliens? Yeah, they're here. They've always been here. They've always been here. Do they live in Pisces? Well, water has a lot to do with it. The deep water, absolutely. And I feel that it has a lot to do with the pressure and the similarities in the way that you can hear things, the way the echolocation works. Anyway, what we have going on right now with Saturn specifically, we have this trine. You can see the 1 and the 3. 1, 2, 0. Okay. There's a lot of numerologists out there that can say a lot of words about these numbers. But for me, the 3 is the triangle. This adds up to 3, the triangle. That 1 and that 0 is the masculine and the feminine within the triangle, the Holy Trinity. The sacred feminine, the sacred masculine, the sacred child. There's a lot to that. The energy of this is best friends. I got you. We have made a pyramid together. If you need me, call me. It's a strong energy. I would almost say, no, it's not better or worse, but very different from a sextile. It's already been created. You know, the energy already has made something. Sextile is the energy to make it. A trine is the energy that's made. We've already established our relationship, light, frequency, and vibration. We're in this together. Chicken, don't you go in the house. I don't want you in the house. I wish you could see her face. No, no. It's not allowed. Don't shake your head at me either. Okay. Who is this relationship with? Now we got a few. Lilith. Now Lilith is not a heavenly body. What? No. Lilith is the point. This location. Echolocation is coming to me. I don't know. It's the moon's orbital path that is the farthest from the earth. So when you think about the moon, because it is, Lilith is connected. This is connected to the moon because it is a point along the moon's orbital path that's the farthest from us. It's the darkest. That's why this energy can bring the shadows, right? And the sacred sexuality is that it's the dark side of the moon feels, right? Now, in trine, Saturn, the party planner, as an alien that's in Gnosis, yes. Best friends with Lilith, the bad girl, at the solar party paradigm, yeah. She's got her. She's like, don't worry about how dark it gets. I've got you. It can get dark. Very dark. And it might get very dark. Is it going to get dark? It's going to get dark. But we can hold space for those shadows. Yeah. Family? A trine? If we're all stuck in a small space, pyramid, you know. And this is what I've been told too, as far as, you know, I mean, getting on a spaceship and stuff. I mean, it's not like how you think it's going to be. But at any rate, light, frequency, and vibration, that, talking about close quarters, like, you're going to have to be able to hold space for somebody else's energy close to you. Not even close to you, but in you. Like, in you. Because you don't have bodies. The light, frequency, and vibration merge. And there's a lot there, okay? But there's also the boss and the jock, okay? So let's talk about the boss first. The owner of the venue. Wow, we're going like it's time. Oh my God, the time. Okay. The owner of the venue is best friends. That's good. That's good. Because without the owner, nobody be paying for this. Without Jupiter, the boss. The one that holds all the abundance and the optimism. And I got you. Like, I'm going to continue to pay the bills for the next party. Like, if you don't have a venue, I mean, the birthday kid, the party's for the birthday kid, but without Jupiter, there's no venue. There's no place for the party. So with Saturn in Gnosis, in this deep, dark shadow at the bar, drinking ayahuasca. Oh. What? She saw something. We can hold space for that. Jupiter is able to continue to pay the bills so that she, the party planner, can go into Gnosis. She's not working. She's not running the bar. She's not the bartender serving the drinks. She is sitting at the bar. She's the planner. She's got to figure out what it's going to look like. Because it's not going to look like this. It's not sustainable. It's not. Mars being her best friend. Mars is like, I got your back, girl. You sit there as long as you need to. I'll protect you. You don't have to worry about anybody's energy messing you up, or you don't got to worry about psychic attacks. You don't got to worry about energy vampires. I ain't worried about all that stuff because I know about this trine, right? I know that the jock is the best player on the field. And he didn't get that way without practice, without determination. You know? Okay, let's talk about this quincunx. What? A quincunx? Okay, first, look, there's a 5, a 1 and a 2, a 1 and another 5 and a 0. Okay? So that would be 3. Well, all you got to look at is the 5s. And if you're a tarot reader, you know what the 5s mean. I mean, you know. You know, 5. It can be difficult being in between worlds, in between the light and the dark. In gnosis, in meditation. And this quincunx has the energy of that difficulty. Not really a square, but almost even worse than a square. At least a square you were friends, old friends. This is like stranger danger. They don't know anything about each other. It's a very, like, who are you? Who are you? I don't know you. Why are you walking up in my yard? Why are you on my phone? There's a lot of humans with this energy that pulls out their shotguns. You know? You're in my yard. And you're a stranger. And I will defend myself. So this is something we got to look out for. And who is it with? Oh, baby. The beauty queen. The most beautiful at the party. The one that holds our relationships. like Saturn's over there trying to plan a whole new party. And metaphorically here. And this beauty queen, all she wants to do is think about who her husband's going to be, who she's going to marry, who she's going to, who she's going to fuck next. Right? And Saturn's like, I'm trying to figure this out. This is big. This is big. I mean, if you ask Jupiter, Jupiter's like, I mean, the planet is really small compared to, and perspective is really important. And these humans, I see and witness these humans that have no perspective. They think that their perspective is the only perspective. And I mean, look at all these trees around us. So, I mean, you know what? It's not going to hurt nothing cutting down the trees. They don't have the global picture. And I mean, we're getting close to 30 minutes and I haven't even started talking about environmental issues. Saturn wants to talk about environmental issues, the boundaries and the resources and the perspective and death. And she's run out of time. It is what it is. Maybe if we heal this quincunx with Venus, this is all inside. This is all internal. Because you are the center. You are the hero. As above, so below. What is all of these guys are you? This is you. You know? Let's pull a card. That'll keep me grounded instead of going ape shit about the environment. Oh, God. There's a lot to say about what's going on environmentally that I've had to discover and talk to my spirit guides about, you know. And what I've been witnessing, you know, I moved to Costa Rica in between 2016, 17. And, you know, I moved to Jaco first, and it was still too cityfied. So I wanted to move like really deeper into the jungle, and I did, but it wasn't like that for long, a couple years, until I started seeing the change. Right after the COVID shutdown opened up, they opened up the floodgates, and you know, everybody was trying to get the hell out of the cities and find paradise. Everybody moved to paradise, but the problem is they're not protecting the paradise. They're just building their cities in paradise. They're destroying the paradise for their parking lots, literally. They paved paradise and put up a parking lot, like, for real. All right. We got, the 10 of Swords. Air. The 10. The completion. The karmic completion. Now, if you're a tarot reader and you know about this card, then you know about this card. I read tarot a little bit differently because I feel it more than I can throw a bunch of words into it. Because code. you can fit more information in code than you can with the alphabet. So the sword being the code for air communication, it's double-edged. Let's talk about it. The 10 being the masculine and the feminine come together, and the karmic completion, the world. It's a new world. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about new world order. And don't be scared. You know, we've had enough fear mongering in the past. Like, we're over the fear. We don't need to be scared of it. We need to talk about it. With this 10, we need to speak up. Talk about environmental issues. I mean, I'm not saying that we're going to go back to the Stone Age. Obviously, we're not going to go backwards. The Ouroboros, right? We're going to move forward. We have to move forward. And things are going to get reset. It's making me think of the retrograde. Actually, a lot came through in my ceremony, my Halloween ceremony with retrograde, with this horse, actually. You went into a retrograde, didn't you? Didn't you? She doesn't like kisses like... Chola loves kisses, and we'd be kissy. This horse doesn't like kisses that much. Asana, she's like, no. Let's see if I can get her to kiss me. Oh, you kissed me. Anyway. We're running out of time. You think, I mean, time is relative. Yeah, it can speed up, it can slow down. Time is not exactly in a sand hourglass. They did try and capture time. They did. And I think a lot of that has to do with the idea that, like, this whole end of time. There's this fear mongering about the end of time because nothing else exists after that. It's over. But it's not. People are like, but it's not. No, it's not. No, because it's the beginning of the new. And we can reinvent how we live on this planet. Oh God, I don't feel like... I just know human psychology too well. And I know that there's a lot of environmentalists out there, and I know that there's people that give money to environmental corporations, which I think is ridiculous, because, I mean, jeez. It just is. They're not doing anything about it. They just, anyway, God forbid me say that. But human psychology is, they're not going to stop building their houses. They're not going to give up their comforts. And they're already completely addicted to consumerism. So they can't just stop consuming as a collective. So for me, after I spent almost a year and a half to 2 years kind of screaming at them, like, leave my jungle and stop cutting it down for skate parks. It was a nice skate park, and I like skateboarders. I like wheels, but they cut down acres, at least 2 hectares of rainforest that I know for a fact was a home for a lot of iguanas and a lot of monkeys and a lot of other things. Unseen beings, frogs, just a lot. But human psychology, you're never going to convince that one human that wants to build a house there or a skate park. You're never, I mean, it's just don't see it happening. I don't see them saying, you know what? No, we can't build a skate park here. This is a home for a frog. So anyway, instead of despair, there is a different way. Obviously, there's a different way, a different perspective. And it belongs to not Venus. Different perspective. I mean, yes, she could change perspective too. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Maybe your idea of beauty could change a little bit, and comfort could change a little bit, right? But we haven't even talked about those guys because they're there. But anyway, Saturn with the boundaries and the restrictions, you know, maybe we can change perspectives and realize that, you know, I'm not the one that came up with this, the whole idea that humans are a cancer on the planet. They didn't used to be. It's just like cells, you know, receptors. But when the receptors start moving too fast, too quickly, and overpopulating, there's too many, right? There's not enough space for harmony. Because we're not even talking about space for humans. I mean, there's plenty of space for humans. No, I'm not talking about humans. We cannot be the only existing thing on this planet. It just can't happen. It's not balanced. There needs to be space for wild things, which most humans don't find any value in a wild place because it's dangerous and it's just unusable. There's just a bunch of wild things there that just steal and eat each other and kill each other, and you know. So anyway, we got to start talking about it. So CoMA Pirate Radio is kind of the broadcast. Esoteric piracy is the feeling of being kind of rebellious, kind of this renegade feeling of uniqueness, and that studies esoteric wisdom and science. Okay, guys, that's that. We must end there. So whether you're traveling physically or mentally, may it be in love and light and shadow. Don't forget your magic bag. It's full of everything you need. Until next time. Ciao.